Hello there. I'm going to show you guys how to do a quick magazine doodle. I'm going to be very quick. Yours will take more time. But the first thing that you want to do is take a look at magazine covers. So I just typed in magazine covers, went to Google Images, clicked on Tools, and then on Tools, I made sure that I was getting the large images. Please make sure that you do this. And then look around. You can search for a specific kind of a magazine, name of a magazine. I'm just going to grab this one, and I'm going to go to View Image. Remember, if you do not have this on your laptops, to go to Google, View Image, and add that to Google so you see this View Image. You always need to get to the largest image that you can, and then right-click and Save Image As. I have it here in Photoshop, and this is all about making the cover completely different, and you're going to be wanting to put a lot of these things on layers so they're easier to do. So I'm just going to show you a couple techniques, although there's many different ways of doing the same things. So for instance, on this cover, let's say I want to start with the letters. A couple of things that you can do right away. You might go to like a quick selection tool, and in this way I can click on the color and the letter G, and then I get it all selected. I'm going to Command D that, or I can always go to, sorry, never remember where this thing is, Magic Wand tool. The Magic Wand tool, I can do the same thing with a click if it's a very specific color. And you can see I have contiguous checked up here by Command D, and I uncheck contiguous and click on that same color. I'm going to select all of that color everywhere on the magazine. Might not be what I want to do, because you can see then down here I get the same thing. I'm going to Command D and I'm going to check contiguous. So let's say I do want to just start with the letter G. What I would probably do is get that selected. Then I would do a Command J to put it on its own layer, and then I can manipulate it from there. So in this case, I might want to, I'm going to go down to my custom shapes. In custom shapes, you can go and download as many custom shapes as you want and load them into Photoshop. Let's say I'm just going to grab this, the feet here, and I'm going to drag this. I'm going to hold down Shift so it constrains the proportions, and I'm going to actually change this color too so it's easier to see. So now I have this over the top, and now if I wanted to make this larger, I'm going to do Command T, make it a little bit larger. Maybe I want it over in here, something like that. And then I can just clip it. I can either go right click and create a clipping mask, or I can hold on my Alt key, go in between these two layers and click it, and then it goes inside. Now if I do duplicate this now, holding down Alt, I'm on my Move tool, I duplicate this, then I can start to click and fill it up with different feet. Something like that, depends on what you're using. And you can see they all clip inside that original one. When I'm done with that G, maybe I want to right click that and then go to Group from Layers, and I could call it whatever I want. I'm just going to call it letter G. And then I can move on to the other ones. Go back to my layer, my background layer. And I'm going to go to my Magic Wand tool, and this time I might hit the L and then do the same thing. Command J to put it on its own layer, and then manipulate it from there. If I did just want to fill this with the color, I can just Command click in that thumbnail to get that selection back, change my foreground color to whatever I want, and then fill that. Now, other than that, if you did want to come over here and maybe get rid of some of the text so you can add your own text, I'm going to come over here to my clone stamp tool. And the clone stamp tool works like a brush, and you need to set a source point. So I'm going to hold down Alt. You can see it turns into a little bullseye because this is what I want to copy from. So I'm going to click right there. And I can just come over here and start painting over it. If I keep painting, I'm going to eventually get back to what I had there. I don't want to do that. So I'm just clicking, dragging out, and then clicking again until I get that all taken care of. Maybe I want to get rid of this too. And so I can make that look pretty good in just a couple of clicks. Right? And then I could add some of my own text. As far as the last thing I'm going to talk about here, things you can do here with the image itself. I go back to my layer 1. Maybe I do want to manipulate the eye color. I think one of the best ways or easiest ways to do this is I'm going to go to my lasso tool and I'm going to zoom in. Oops. I'm going to zoom in and get a selection here of the eye. And I would probably want to hold down Shift and get the other eye at the same time. So I'm changing both colors, unless you wanted them different colors. If I did want, I could hold down Alt and drag to, or hold down Shift to add to a little bit to get a little bit better selection there. And then I'm going to come over to my layer here, and I'm going to go to my adjustments. I'm going to click on Hue Saturation. Once I do that, I can change the eye color. I click on Colorize. I'm going to get some little bit brighter colors, and then I can mess with saturation or whatever I want to here. Those sorts of things you can do with the lip color, with hair color, with a whole bunch of different things. So that's basic stuff there with using those tools for the Magazine Doodle, and just have some fun with this. Of course, underneath here you also have like the line tool. So I could then go on my glamour layer with white. I'm just going to create a line in here. Right, so there's my white line. Hit return. Then again, if I do clip that, create a clipping mask, you get that kind of a look. And then I could go to my move tool, and I could hold down Alt and just start to create something that's kind of visually interesting to look at. So that's just a few techniques there. Remember that you might want to go online and download some custom shapes. And then when you do that, you can just come up here to your custom shapes, because you might not have too many. Then come here and import those shapes. They're probably going to be in your downloads folder. Okay. You have to unzip the file if it's a zip file. And that's basically it. So I'm going to give you a couple of class periods to finish this. What I want at the end of it, when you turn it in, is I want the original magazine cover, and then I want the one that you manipulated, so I can see the difference and see some of the things that you've done. So have fun with it. You have 2 classes. Good luck.